All right, so here we're supposed to give basically the verbal representation of what f of x is equal to. So we have f of x equals the square root of x plus 1. So what we have is we're going to add 1 to the input x and then take the square root of the sum. Okay, so we're going to sum the two together. We're going to add 1 to the input x, and then we're going to take the square root of the sum of those. Okay, and that's going to give us our value. And to get of the sum, to get f of x or y, depending on how we want to do it, or y. Okay, so that's really all we're doing. And we've done it the other way earlier. We had to write the equation. It was like 6x minus 1, and then we had to write it from the words into the function itself. All right, so here it says the in 2010 the average cost of driving a new car in a certain country was about 48 cents per mile. Symbolically, graphically, and numerically represent a function f that computes the cost in dollars of driving x miles. And for the numerical representation, which is our table here, we're going to let x equal 10 to 70. So we're just going by tens. And for the graphical, we're going to go from 0 to 10,000 for x's. Okay, so that's going to be what we're going to do. So first off, let's find what f of x is equal to. Well, it's going to be our price per mile, which is 0.48. Let's put it into dollars, and times x. So that's going to be our function. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to plug in 10 into that first. And well, if we take 10 into that, that's going to give us what? 4.8. Now, if we take that, the 0.48, then times the 20, we're going to get 9.6. And then if we take the 0.48 times the 30, we get 14.4. I'm just doing this in my calculator because I don't have it in my head. I'm not going to try to figure that out while we're working on this. So that's going to be 19.2. And then 50 times 0.48 is going to be 24. Yep. And then 60 times 0.48 is going to be 28.8. And 70 times 0.48 is going to give us 33.6. Okay. All right. So we've got our function, we've got numerical, and now we have to do it graphically. So graphically is going to be a little harder. First, I can't draw lines. So we know we're going to go from 0 to 10,000 for our x. And what's going to be our max value of y? Well, if we plug in 10,000 here, that's going to be 4,800. So let's say this is 5,000. So we know we're going to have a point. If we plug in 0, we'll have 0. And if we plug in 10,000, we'll get 4,800. So it's going to be just below that. So about here. And then if we plug in any other points in there, we're going to get along that line. Now, because it's so inaccurate, I'm just going to say, well, those are my 2 points. And drawing a line is going to be surprisingly, not too bad compared to normal. And so that's what it's going to look like from 0 to 10,000. And we stop here because we say it's going to be less than or equal to that. So less than or equal to that. And it's going to be greater than or equal to 0 here. So we have the solid circle here. And so that's going to be our graph as far as what this goes with. Okay. All right, let's stop there. We'll come back for some more.